Not So Irish Travelers. It's Olivia.
And it's Eric.
Happy summer, everyone.
We're back in the studio.
Yeah.
It's warm outside now.
It is. It's
summer
hot.
is full blown,
It's
ready to go now.
Definitely the full swing of summer. Like, solstice was just on Friday. Now we can start losing daylight, which I don't know that I'm okay with. I hate that part of, like, winter is the darkness. I like the summer and the spring.
We're still in summer.
I know, but I like that part, that there's daylight. I just don't like the hot.
So, daylight with no hot.
Daylight with no hot would be great.
Okay.
Daylight in, like, 75.
75, it's nice.
Yeah, that's what it was today. It was pretty great.
It's not going to be next week.
Nope. We're going to Phoenix.
Yeah. A little warm. They were hitting 113 this week.
I know.
Did you know that?
I know. Remember when we used to live there?
I try to block it out, but 20 years is a hard time to block out.
Oh, man. Yeah. Why? I don't know why we're going back in July, or in June. We're going back in June. We're going back very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. And yeah, I don't know, whatever. Cheaper hotel rates. That's what it is.
Right?
That's what it is.
So it's always good to travel to Phoenix when it's the summer because you can get a pretty decent room.
Yeah.
Everything's 30-40% off.
At least. And like activities, it's not crowded because, again, who wants to be there when it's that hot? Yeah, it's not comfortable. Like we're taking our niece and she's 6. She does not know yet. It's a surprise, so nobody tell her.
That's a secret.
It's a secret. I'm trying to think, like, what can I go do with her during the day while Eric is working? The pool. We might try to go to the aquarium. The pool. That's all she wants to do anyway, so it really doesn't matter. That's why we're going to Phoenix, is because all she wants to do is go swim. So we probably could have stayed local and she would have been just as happy. It just would have not been worth it. Like, kind of a dumb trip. She wouldn't have cared. 6-year-olds don't care.
Yeah,
right?
it's one of those things where we had the opportunity, might as well take it, right?
Yeah. Remember when we took the nephews like to Disneyland and like I had to have a full on like come to Jesus meeting with one of them because all they wanted to do was go back to the hotel and swim. I'm like, you've never been to Disneyland and all you care about is the hotel pool. What is wrong with you? Oh well.
A full on fight in the middle of Bugs Land back in the day.
Yeah.
Eric slowly backed away
and proceeded to take pictures of the encounter. So
with arrows. I wish I still had some of those.
That'd be pretty funny. Whatever. Anyway, we've been busy planning trips. We have a trip next year that we started planning. We're going to go to Germany. I got accepted onto a river cruise summit, so that's pretty exciting. So we're going to make a tour out of it because why not? Like, I don't know. When else are we going to go? Hi, Lulu. Lulu's joined the conversation. She does not know we're going to Germany yet, so nobody tell her.
That's also a secret.
That's also a secret. So we'll reach out to you guys. What is your, like, if you've been there before, if you've lived there, what are our, like, must-do and must-sees? And what are our, like, just skip it. Like, don't worry about the hype. Don't worry about what should we just ignore? Or not necessarily ignore, but...
I mean, we've got a train that we're trying to put together because I do love a good train.
I love the train.
So we're trying to do the train.
Say hi.
But if there's more, please let us know. Or
where we should stop on the train. Say hi, Lulu.
Lulu is back in the studio and joining us.
Yeah, say hi.
So
then we're starting to do that plan. So again, any feedback would be wonderful. Eric's been traveling for work recently.
Been all over the place recently.
Like a lot.
At one point I did East Coast, West Coast, East Coast. It was
Yes.
good times.
Yes.
I went from New York to New York, back to back.
Yes.
Some really interesting travel delays. So...
Always have your travel insurance, folks.
All of the hype with Newark, it's true. I can honestly say I'm never traveling out of there until I fix that out.
I warned him. I flat out warned him.
And in fact,
like, it'll be fine.
I went back the next week and every flight I could avoid to go out of Newark, I took.
Yeah. Tried to warn him.
I got stuck in Charlotte.
Yep.
stuck in Charlotte for about an hour.
After your delay in Newark.
After my delay in Newark. I was supposed to be there overnight. I get off the plane, and it literally right across the gate, I see Salt Lake. I'm like, there's no way that that's the same flight. I look, same flight number. I kid you not.
That's so lucky.
This is a 4-hour delay at this point. They are 4 hours delayed, and they had still not gotten to the gate. And I look over. I quickly start making calls to the
because they had already rebooked you.
They had already rebooked me for the night. The next day, I wouldn't have gotten home till probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
Oh.
Yeah, it was going to be another long day of travel.
Much more convenient for me.
And so I call, and lo and behold, I get somebody that's really great. And
that's the key, folks.
That is very key.
The key.
Know fast and hang up quick.
Yeah. Read the room, everyone.
Read the room. Found somebody that knew what they were talking about. In fact, I looked at the flight already, and they had taken my flight and my seat and opened it back up.
Oh, okay.
So I could see that my seat, the same seat that I was sitting,
was
still available and still open.
That's lucky.
So I call. I'm talking to the agent, and sure enough, they saw that I was moved. They didn't know why I was moved. No one could tell me why I was moved, other than the flight was supposed to be
already supposed
home.
To be gone. Yeah.
But sure enough, I got on that flight and I got home. So
mind you, he still didn't get home until like 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the
2:30
morning.
2:30 a.m.
So.
I mean, we sat on the runway in Charlotte.
But he made it home, and he didn't have to wait until the next day.
I sat on the runway in Charlotte for about 2.5 hours. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All in all, good time. Good time.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunately the world we live in with airline travel, and that's why, again, your travel insurance isn't going to solve everything, but it's always nice to have that, like, hey, at least if I have a delay, I might as well be getting hopefully paid for it.
I don't think I've ever made as many claims on an insurance policy as I have in the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, but again, that's just, it's worth having on there as that safeguard, so.
I would say it was kind of nice to sit there and be like, well, at least I knew it was going to be taken care of. At one point or another, it was going to be taken care of.
Correct.
I would have rather got home, but I wasn't as mad as some people. I was listening to some people talk in line as we were having the banter back and forth. Some were missing graduations. Some were missing family events.
Yeah.
Some events
so
that couldn't get rebooked, and there was really no reason that they could.
Well, and that's just like, you know, a few weeks ago when our Alaska trip got canceled, and we were like on our way to the airport, and we're like, we have an event the next day we're supposed to be there for. Like, we planned this whole thing, and there's nothing the airline could have done for us.
Never did I want to ask somebody, well, did you get the travel insurance? Because they're talking about missing shows in Vegas and stuff in Miami, and I'm just like, wow. Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah, that's frustrating. Yeah. Again, fool us once, shame on you. Fool us twice, again. Why didn't you learn?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know I said that totally wrong, but that's...
Fool me once, shame on me.
Yeah, whatever.
Fool me twice, shame on you.
Continuing to do it,
that's
shame
just
on
glutton
you.
for punishment.
That's just, yeah. You have nobody else to blame but yourself. Last weekend, we got to go to the Soapbox Derby here in Salt Lake City.
Red Bull!
Not an ad. They were giving them away as we were waiting in line. Basically, there was people walking up and down the hill, which good on them, because
this is a steep hill.
This is a steep hill because, again, you're racing down said hill. But the amount of times I watched the same group of people walk up and down with a little backpack
full of Red Bulls.
Full of Red Bulls. I was like, no, we walked up
That's
the hill
extreme,
and stayed.
getting your steps in.
We stayed. We were not going back and forth, but they would bring me Red Bull, which was super sweet. But now they've hooked me.
She has not been a caffeine energy drink girl ever that I've known her.
Except for Diet Cokes. Like, I used to mainline Diet Cokes pretty regularly
when I was that's not an energy drink. That's just
caffeine.
Just soda.
And then I was doing coffee pretty regularly when I was doing those overnights and, early morning shifts.
But Red Bull is a whole different level. I don't know if you're ready for this.
I don't know that anybody's ready for this, quite honestly.
Red Bull.
Red Bull. If you know, you know. You know the movie. So anyway, that was fun. We took the nieces, or they met us there, and they enjoyed it for the most part. I don't think they fully understood what was going on, but they had watched some of the shows and stuff before. So if you see us, we're right before the beehive jumps. So
beehive jumps, the cash register from Smith's that showed the time. I'm sorry, not the time. The miles per hour down the hill.
Oh yes, we were right next to the miles per hour thing. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, so. Smith's grocery store. So that's what else we've been up to, like trying to get out and enjoy the
some of the local traveling.
Yeah.
Road trips and such.
Yeah. So if you've also been following along, I made a post a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, I don't remember when, but a whole thing about water bottle prices on board cruise ships.
Okay, so I was shocked when you started showing me some of those. It is ridiculous.
It's stupid.
Like a luxury to drink water now.
Yes. Yes, it is. And again, this is not saying like, again, please bring your water bottles. That's what a lot of cruise lines are saying. Please bring your water bottles because at least then you can, refill them. But even with refilling them, there's a caveat. Not all of them have water bottle refilling stations yet. They're working on them, but they don't all have them yet, which is also frustrating. And it's also, they don't ever put them in a convenient spot. It's like you have to walk to the middle of the gym.
Water bottle fill stations are not where you need them.
They're in the
they're
middle
where they want you to be.
Yeah, they're in the middle of the gym, and you're like, I'm not here to work out. I just need some water, please. Like, no.
Yeah, not here to work out.
This body was not put on a cruise ship to work out. Anyways, so yeah, like we always buy at least a 12-pack of water to have in our room, just like for before bed, or you know what I mean, like, or in the morning, like take a pill, take whatever, like just to have water. So we always at least get a 12-pack. But I was like, we're planning the Star of the Seas coming up. It's inaugural sailing in August of this year. It's our first time sailing with Royal Caribbean. So again, same with that. If you have tips and tricks or anything we should know about, again, if you've watched our videos, you know we're Disney snobs. So we sell Disney Cruise Line a lot. Like a lot. And yeah, I was blown away by what the price difference was as far as like getting
the nickel and diming really is, and that's what I was having this conversation with somebody in Seattle the other day, and they were talking about cruise, and they asked me what is the best cruise, and there's no good answer. There's no right answer on that.
Because it's really, all subjective.
Totally subjective. I'll usually reply back with what? What are you looking for? Family, romantic, party.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do, and I can tell you what I believe is.
Yeah. What we enjoy doing in that situation.
And again, they say, well, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? I'm like, well, I travel on Disney quite a bit.
Again, this body is not made for the gym. We're not going to the ship to work out.
Yeah, I'm going to have fun, enjoy what I want to enjoy. And they were happy because that's the only one that they've traveled on. They're like, good, I've done the best. And I'm like, well...
Again, subjective. 100% subjective.
But we got into the conversation of, well, why do you like Disney versus everything else? They're so much more expensive. I'm like, well, kind of.
Yeah.
The sticker shock for a Disney cruise is the sticker shock. I get it. I completely understand.
It is 100% real.
But what they're missing is all of the things that get added onto from a Royal Caribbean cruise or a Carnival cruise. Everything that gets added on is very expensive. You want a drink package, you're paying for the drink package for both people in the room. And then the different levels of drink package. What are you trying to do? And if you're not a heavy drinker and you just want soda, maybe you're doing a soda package. Well, soda packages are still $30-$40 a day, somewhere there, something like that. Again,
depending on the cruise line.
Check your cruise line. But you have this ability to at a Disney cruise get that anywhere.
Yeah,
you go up to the deck and it's free. They've got nice fountains.
Unless you're getting a canned soda at the movie or at in the theater, then you're paying for that. But go up to deck 11, it is free.
So you add on the drinks, you're already there. Doing anything on the ship costs extra. Any of the events, there's very little that you pay for on the ship for Disney.
Yeah.
So
unless you're doing bingo, then you're paying for bingo.
Well, you're doing that in any form of gambling on any ship.
Correct.
You're paying. But nonetheless, once you start adding everything up, it seems like it's not that far off when you add on the basic things you get from Disney and the stuff you have to pay for the other lines.
Correct.
So it was a very interesting conversation to have that with people that have cruised before, but are questioning why.
Yeah.
So it was definitely an interesting conversation.
And that's something that we're learning too. I mean, certainly with planning this Star of the Seas inaugural sailing and stuff. I mean, private islands are a thing. We enjoy a private island. Some people are not fans of private islands, and that's, again, your prerogative, and we completely understand that and respect your opinion. We enjoy a free private island. We found that, Coco Cay, sort of free, like free with an asterisk on it. I mean, the water park looks like a lot of fun. You're paying for that. If you want to go to the adults only section, you're paying for that. Disney, you're not paying for that in the adults only section. Again, it's included in your cruise fare. So those type of things, in addition to, soda packages and water bottles and those type of things. It's just, again, you're comparing some things that you really just have to think, again, what are you trying to accomplish on your cruise, and what are you trying to accomplish on this vacation? So things we're learning for ourselves and things we're learning for clients that now we're able to talk about and have those experiences too. Definitely excited to come back and let you guys know how our inaugural sailing goes. We're going to do a back-to-back sailing. Just because why not?
Yeah, because we're going to do all the things for Royal at the same time.
All the things, because it's a 3-day sailing and a 4-day sailing, and just like we did with the Wish, when the Wish first came out, we did a back-to-back sailing so we could fully experience the ship, and that was the smartest thing we did, because we really did get to immerse ourselves. And a 3-day vacation is really quick, especially on a large ship that's made for 6,000 people. Like, you're not gonna see it all on a 3-day sailing. You're just not. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what we get to experience and what we don't. And again, if you guys have ideas or things that you've been on those other sailings and this is a not miss, we shouldn't miss this, or we should miss this, let us know, because we don't want to waste our time or your time recapping something that.
But we'll definitely have all the videos that we can grab. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a good time. So they're already starting to. What's the other thing we get to do before that sailing? Do you remember?
The Halloween party.
Mickey and Minnie's Not So Scary Halloween party. Woo woo!
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. That came out as we were in Alaska. They announced those, I believe.
Yeah, like that time frame, and we were like, wait, can we do it? Wait, we can! Like, it totally matched up, which is like, I love it when things are meant to be.
So we're working on costume designs at this point.
I have an idea.
We as we travel, and as we do the Halloween parties, and as we do Halloween in general, we do love a good costume. You'll notice that mostly I am Disney bounding in some form or fashion when we're there.
It typically is, yeah.
And Halloween is my favorite time of the year outside of Christmas. But
you're not upsetting me.
yeah, Halloween is one of my favorite times of the year to be in the parks. What should we go as? What's your plan? Where are you looking? What are you trying to think?
I had inspiration last night, actually, and I was thinking that we need to go as Robin Hood and Little John when they dress up to swindle King John. So we are Robin Hood and Little John in drag. Wouldn't that be fun?
I think I'm going to end up with Little John, though.
I think it would be funny if we did it the other way, but yes, you're probably going to be Little John.
I'll do
it's full on rag, like the full on costume.
Exactly, just like that.
That's my thought process.
Little bonnet on, can't you see it now? I'll be like.
We typically try and do things because it's gonna be hot. I mean,
it's gonna be
the one we're going
dreadfully hot.
Is in August, and it's gonna be melty hot. So I definitely don't want to do a lot of layers, but that costume is a lot of layers.
That's all layers.
But also, it's a dress, so we might be able to like just wear bike shorts underneath and be able to cool off a little bit. Either way, however we want to do it. That was my first thought. I've been trying to rack my brain because we've done Wally and Eve, we've done O'Malley and Duchess last year. We've done Carl and Ellie a few times from Up.
We've done Bunsen and Beaker.
That one was fun also. Yeah,
we've done a lot.
We've done quite a few of them. And we try to do something that's a little bit outside the box, like outside the norm.
Something that you look at and you're like, you absolutely know.
Yeah.
But it was not.
Yeah, because we did Felix and Ralph too one year.
Felix and Ralph. That Fix It Felix and Ralph we did that on the cruise ship and in the park.
Yeah, we did both.
That was a really, really great costume. And it was during COVID.
It was right as they were lifting the things,
Yeah,
so you had to wear masks still.
So for Wreck-It Ralph, I actually created a mask as his face with a print on.
I hated that.
It was amazing.
It was so creepy.
It was amazing.
It was so creepy because he shaved his face too. Like Eric without facial hair is very baby face, and I'm not a fan. And so he did that, and then he had the mask on with the like cartoon face on it. It was creepy as F, y'all. Like it was not okay. I was not okay.
For me, it was fine. I mean, it was super cool because
people automatically knew who you were because it worked. Like the nose, like still covered, and his bulbous nose was right there too. So it's still like, anyway.
That was definitely a good one.
That was a good one. So anyway, so we're trying to figure out. That's our first draft. We'll see if that's what we stick with, or if something else, inspiration strikes for something else.
We don't have too much time because it is in August, so we got to figure that out relatively quick.
Yeah. It's going to take a bit to get those things.
Especially one of the first showings of the party.
It's the first. It's opening night.
Oh, that means it's got to be great.
It's got to be good.
Yeah. So, think about that.
I know.
Oof.
It's got to be good, and we got to not melt. I know.
Good and not melt. Those things do not go together.
Nope. But anyway, that's what we got down the pipe going and planning and things, and we'd love to hear some feedback from you guys and help us to plan some things. Or tell us not to. That's fair also. Be like, stop what you're doing.
So yeah, definitely looking forward to doing a couple more adventures over the next couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And hopefully we'll get back to you in a week or so, a week or two.
We'll see. Bye everyone.
Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Red Bull Soapbox.